Hello and welcome back to English Fluency Learning. Now, many of my students often ask me this question: how can I improve my fluency in English? There is no doubt that learning a new language is a challenge, and mastering fluency is even more difficult. However, it is possible to develop fluency in a language that is not your native language through lots of hard work and determination. In this video, I will tell you what I think it takes to develop fluency in English. Of course, everybody's different. We all learn at a different pace, and we have to find a method that suits our learning style. The following 3 methods are what I believe will help you in your goal in becoming fluent in English. So the first method that I think that you should do is get comfortable with English. The next method will be practicing fluency. And the third method is developing fluency through immersion. Okay, now let's take a look at these in more detail. One of the best methods to learn English is to take a class, especially if you are beginning to learn English. A qualified teacher can help you and guide you through the basics of the language. And if you are with other language learners, this will help you a great deal with your practicing. And it will also give you a lot more motivation to learn the language. Having a friend that is also learning the language with you will help you a great deal, especially when it comes to practicing. Alternatively, you could find a native English speaker to help you with your practicing. And maybe you can work out some kind of exchange deal. If you cannot find a suitable class in your area, or you don't have the time, because most of us are busy working, right? Then maybe you can find a suitable online class that meets your needs and can fit in around you, such as myself. Make sure that you have a good translation dictionary or an online app that offers translations from your native language into English and from English into your native language. This would be very useful in the early stages of learning English as you master your vocabulary. And get a good English dictionary, such as the Oxford English Dictionary. Having access to a dictionary gives you clear definitions of each word. It can help you understand the words and help you to figure out how and when to use these words. Most dictionaries will offer the word, a pronunciation guide, a definition, and the plural form, which can be made by adding an S, but can also take on the unusual forms, such as adding ES or EN, or changing the vowel from US to A, depending upon the origin of the word. Now, there are various methods to learning vocabulary, but I have found in my years of teaching English that flashcards are a very good way and work very well. Reading helps a great deal too. When you are reading, simply circle the words that you are unfamiliar with and then look up those words in your dictionary and make some effort to incorporate them in any kind of conversation that you have. You can check your local library for books, and at your local library they may host English classes for free. It's always worth checking that out. Find an IPA dictionary, the International Phonetic Alphabet, because this can help you pronounce words that you see in writing but you don't know how to say. When reading, try to find a mix of formal and informal writing, as you will get a better understanding of what is formal and what is conversational. As I teach British English, I would suggest visiting the BBC website and finding topics on there that you are interested in, as this will help you with your motivation. If there is an English newspaper in your area, try to pick one up every day and read it. Maybe you can find some novels that are suitable for younger adults, because the language will be perhaps a little bit easier for you to understand. In addition to this, you can try watching TV shows and movies and maybe television news such as the BBC News. A good TV show that's very popular here in China is Friends. Many of my students love to watch Friends. It's funny and it's short. And as you are doing now, look online for some English videos, as I'm sure that you can find something that suits your specific need. Developing fluency requires constant and consistent speaking aloud. So speak English as often as you can. Ideally, if you can, speak to native English speakers. If you can't, then speak to whoever is available to you. You can even talk to yourself aloud, although don't do that in public because maybe you will seem a little crazy. If it's business English, think of a common scenario where you are meeting a business contact. Write out a script and practice by speaking to yourself in the mirror. You can also try copying native speakers, focusing on their pronunciation and rhythm. Record yourself speaking and play it back to yourself and give yourself the opportunity to evaluate your speaking. Whether the same words that you speak sound the same when you are speaking them. If you are living in an area where there are English-speaking communities, go there and listen to them speaking. When you listen to other people speaking, you can hear the rhythm of the language, and then you can begin to hear where mistakes are being made. You can also listen out for cues of when one should stop and the next person starts to speak. Find a popular coffee shop, buy a coffee, sit down and eavesdrop on other conversations, but don't get caught. And finally, don't translate. Try to think in English. Although this isn't easy, forming your thoughts in English can help you as much as speaking English. Try to narrate your day. You know, as you get up. I'm getting up. I'm going for a shower. I'm now leaving my house. I must remember to take the correct bus to work. And things like that. My cat is playing with my feet. Now, this method is a little more difficult to achieve, but if you can, travel to an English-speaking area, maybe a country or maybe a community where English is largely spoken. The longer that you stay in an area like this, the more proficient your English will become. Many of my Chinese students actually go abroad to study, to England, to America, to Australia. But unfortunately, many of them just hang out with other Chinese students, which means that they miss the opportunity to improve their fluency. It's a real big shame and an opportunity missed. So if you do go abroad, make sure that you make some English-speaking friends. Even when you're not sure of exactly what to say, try. Find a way to communicate your meaning, the thing that you're trying to say. Ignoring the option to fall back on your native language is really the best way that you can do this. You can try to switch your computer or your phone into English too. That will force you to recognize words and to remember some of the words that you need to use. But mostly, be confident. Always remember that making mistakes is okay. You can make mistakes. Everybody does. Even me, when I speak English, I make so many mistakes. In fact, you will probably find mistakes in my videos. But it's okay. As long as you remember the mistakes that you make, then that's fine. You will begin to learn. If you focus on communicating and getting to know somebody, then you will be more successful. That's it for this video. Those are 3 methods. If you think of some other methods that you find are useful for you, then add it to the comments below. I'd love to hear from you and to hear what you think about this video. If there is something that you would like to know more about, then drop me a line below or send me an email. Okay, so that's it for now. Rosie and I will say goodbye and we'll see you in the next class. Say bye-bye, Rosie. Bye-bye. 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 Okay. Bye-bye.